April 14, 1865. The evening began like any other in Washington. Civil War had ended just days earlier, and the nation was beginning to heal. President Abraham Lincoln, the man who had led the country through its darkest hours, had won the war. But that night, fate would take a tragic turn. Ford's Theater, where the president would spend his final moments. Lincoln, accompanied by his wife, Mary Todd, and two guests, had come to watch a comedy, Our American Cousin. It was supposed to be a moment of respite after years of conflict. But outside, John Wilkes Booth, a well-known actor with a fiery hatred for Lincoln, was making his final preparations. A Confederate sympathizer, Booth believed that by killing the president, he could strike a blow to the Union's victory and avenge the South's defeat. With the skills of an actor, Booth slipped into the theater unnoticed, silently making his way to the president's box. As the audience laughed at the play's punchlines, Booth saw his opportunity. He crept up behind Lincoln and, in a swift motion, fired a single shot into the back of his head. The shot rang out. Lincoln, struck by a bullet, slumped in his chair. Chaos erupted in the theater. The actor Booth leapt to the stage, shouting, "Sic semper tyrannis, thus always to tyrants," before fleeing into the night. Lincoln was rushed to a nearby boarding house, where doctors worked desperately to save him. But the wound was fatal. Around 7:22 the next morning, April 15, 1865, Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, was dead. The nation was in shock. Lincoln's assassination sent ripples of grief across a country still recovering from the Civil War. His death left a void in leadership, but also ignited a deep commitment to his ideals of unity and freedom. As Lincoln lay dying, Booth fled Washington, evading capture for days. The manhunt for the assassin would take weeks, culminating in Booth's death in a Virginia barn. On April 26, 1865, John Wilkes Booth was cornered by Union soldiers and shot dead. His plot to change the course of history had failed, but the consequences of his actions would echo for generations. In the years that followed, Lincoln's legacy would only grow. His vision for a united nation, his fight for the abolition of slavery, and his leadership in the face of unimaginable crisis would define the soul of America. Abraham Lincoln's death was a tragedy, but in his passing, he became a martyr for the cause of freedom, equality, and the perseverance of a nation once torn apart. His story is a reminder that even in the darkest moments, hope and unity can rise from the ashes.